Hi, this is Tony Schumacher out here at the NHRA Summit Nationals in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout the week, we've been collecting questions from the Go Army Facebook wall. Here are a few questions from the Facebook Twitter audience. Well, Kevin, the guitar guy, Burke, asks, how often do you get scared while driving the U.S. Army race car? Well, that's a great question. There's obviously fear. We're going 300 plus miles per hour, and I know that because I get in a fire suit and I get down and say a prayer, and there's two guardrails. I'm in a roll cage. I have to wear a helmet and a fire suit. You know, it's one of those things. We understand the risks. We prepare for it. We have 9 guys on the U.S. Army race team that I put my life in their hands every day. They are absolutely prepared and the best in the business. That's what allows us to do it. That, in many years, with guys like Garlitz, Muldowney, Tommy Ivo, coming up with better ways for us to do it, moving an engine in the back, giving us carbon fiber brakes, fixing our parachutes, making them work well. All those guys developing better products, better situations for us to race in takes away a lot of that fear. A lot like our U.S. Army soldiers. We know we're in that situation, but we're trained, surrounded by great people with the best equipment. Good question. Austin James Hansen asks, how did you get to drive the Army Racer? Another good question. When you're going to walk into a meeting, no matter what it is, you can prepare for it. That's exactly what I did. I walked into the Army meeting. I believe the Army had selected maybe 12 teams in NHRA and was looking at each one of them. I walked in with my head shaved. I sat down fully understanding what the Army was all about, what their mission statement was, and what their goals were for. I don't believe that you should walk into any meeting. We have this gift now. They call it a computer. You can research anybody. You should never walk into a meeting, whether it's a job interview or just a good conversation with someone that's important, without having studied what they're about, what their company's about, what they represent, and understand them clearly and make sure that your part and whatever your job's going to be is a good fit for the sponsor or the partner. Don Settles asks, during these troubled times that many find struggling financially, how do you justify the Army spending so much money on motorsport sponsorship? That's not my decision. It's the Army's decision. They use it for recruiting. It's not about sticking a name on the side of the race car. We're not selling tools. We're not selling beverages. We're trying to recruit. And the Army goes about it. They look at all the different events and venues, and they choose what's the proper, demographic, where they're going to find the people they're looking for, the right attitudes. Only 3 out of 10 civilians, youth of America, can even pass the tests to join our great U.S. Army. Think about that. 7 out of 10 cannot. We have to find these people. We have to find them, talk to them, and this is the perfect sport. We have the correct demographic. We have the right people. They don't feel like they're in a recruiting station. They can ask a soldier. They're walking all around a racetrack. This is a great place to hear real stories from real soldiers. That's why they're out here. The budgets are there. We see commercials for the Army all the time. This is just a different place that we have found, that the Army has found over the years, has been one of the best and most proper recruiting tools they've ever had. Look for our posts on Go Army Facebook wall to submit your questions every week at www.facebook.com/GoArmy.